Hi everyone. I hope that you have finished this practice. I'm going to show you how to draw ER diagram according to this description, and our goal is I'm going to give you another homework assignment that you can draw the ER diagram, and then later on you will be assigned with a topic, and then you want to create a description, and then you want to draw the ER diagram. And the last topic we are going to learn in this semester, you are going to convert an ER diagram to be a relational database that is tables, right? Relational database tables. Alright, let's talk about how to resolve this issue. The description here says a large organization has several parking lots which are used by staff. So this is parking lots being used by staffs of the organization. Then each parking lot has a unique name, location, capacity, name, and floors. So all these are properties of a parking lot. So parking lot has a name, has a location, has how many parking spots, and number of floors, right? Maybe 3 floors, 4 floors. And then each parking lot has parking spaces, which are uniquely identified using a space number. So this parking lot has parking spaces, and parking spaces includes number 1, number 2, number 3. That is parking spaces. So one is parking lot and attributes or properties of a parking lot. Then each parking lot contains spaces like parking spots. And member of staff can request the sole use of a unique parking space. So members, you can request use of a single parking space. Then each member of staff has a unique number. So member has attributes such as unique number, name, telephone number, extension number, vehicle number, license number. All these are attributes of a staff. This attribute of staff. And then represent all the ER diagram described in A and B and C and D as a single ER model. And then provide any assumption necessary to support your model. Alright. Okay. Here I create a shape with no fill, and I just type in parking lot. Alright, so this is I created. So I create a shape. I go to insert and shape, and then go to the rectangle, and then make sure there's no fill. We don't fill any color here. Shape is what? No fill. That's what I got. And you can specify the attribute because a parking lot has a unique number, location, capacity, number of floor as an attribute. So you actually can attach a text box. So I'm going to insert text box for the attribute, because text box, I'm going to draw text box. Your text box is easier to write the property. So this is a text box, and then the property I want to have is number 1. It says the parking lot name, the unique name, right? The parking lot has a unique name, so I can put name, and this is unique, so this can be a PK. And then what else we can have? We also can have a location, and you also can have capacity, right? Capacity. Then you can have a number of floor. And then if you want to make it no space, you can just select them, right? And then you say you come to home, say no space. Then you don't waste too much space. Then you can just condense it. Right. So this will be the parking lot entity. So I create one entity. This is attribute, and this is the attribute name. And then each parking lot, it says, has what? Parking space. So I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to use copy and paste. Right? I'm going to duplicate another one, which is here. Then I want to type in, this is parking space, right? Parking space, and same as this, parking space has an attribute. So I'm going to draw the attribute same as we just did. The attribute of the parking space, which are uniquely identify a parking space number. So I can erase this, right? This is what? Space number. And this is what? This is PK, primary key. Right? This is another step. And then the other one, last one is what? The staff. So it's being used by staff. So actually staff using the parking space, not the parking lot. If you say the parking lot, you still don't know which parking space he or she parks. So we got to create another one for the parking space. I would like to change the layout to be of retention. I want to make it a landscape, so I have more space. Otherwise I cannot draw the relationship. And then the parking space, then I'm going to create attach here, and then the parking not parking space. This is staff, right? So we are creating a staff. It's not in the center, so I'm going to create. I want to go to home, make sure it's in the center, and then the staff also has a attribute. In our case, member has a unique number. So this is called the step number, right? So this is a PK. And then what else? We should have some more. So we have PK, unique number, telephone number, and then and also vehicle, license number, and that's what we have. So this is all the entity that's we can conclude from the description. All right, conclude from the description. Now we want to draw the relationship. It says that the parking lot, right? The parking lot has parking spaces, so we can draw a line and say this entity has parking spaces. Parking spaces. Okay, so we can do this. We can say that let's create a relationship. I use insert line. Right, this is a 9. I just put 9 because I just link it. I don't want to link in the attribute. I link in the entity. And then I want to shape outline, or I want to click it. And then I want to click the shape, and I want to change the color to be black. I can change the width. So what I'm doing is I right click, I go to the shape, format shape, right? And I put the line, but I have to insert text box to write the relationship name. So I draw a text box here, right? And this name the parking lot can provide or has, up to you. Right? You can create an internship name. I mean, the relationship name is not unique. There's no any unique solution. It's many possibilities you can think of. So, but I don't want to have a border, so I want to click it, and you can see the right hand side, the format shape. You say that I want to right click here, and then click format shape, and I want to say no line. No, there is no line. So click no line. Right, and then I want to copy and paste. Control C, Control V. Right, I Control C, Control V, and then I want to provide it and put it here to connect the step parking in the space. Because it says the member can request a use of single space. Each number of steps can have unique name. We are done. So so we can request, right? So I'm going to copy this, Control C, Control V, and then I come here. I can create, say that the staff can request to use. You can say use, right? You can say use the parking space. So now we got to specify the multiplicity. Now again, we can copy and paste for the text box. So click it, Control C, Control V, and then you come here. So how you specify the multiplicity? So this is, you must be careful. And if you say you want to close to the box, you can over it and then click and right click and say that what, send to the back, so that it won't overlap the text box. Now you can say if you pick up any staff, some staff request a space, some don't. So you can see that, right? The relationship, one staff uses, right, using the relationship occurrences, the step get involved either one, some step no. So either one or one, because some you only can request one. Some they don't request. So some are 0, some are 1. By say associate the staff using the by using the uses relationship and connect to the parking space, that relationship, the step occurrences using the use relationship connect to the parking space, is if you pick up any of the step, either one parking space or no parking space. So that's why I say 0 and 1. Again, from the other end, this is very confusing. I want to make sure you understand this. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to create the tables for the ER diagram. Same as this. To identify the multiplicity, you pick up the parking space. It may be used by a staff, right? It may be used the space, or it may not be used because you always can have parking space full, or you have something left, non-occupied. So it probably used, right? You pick up a space, it may be used by a staff. Pick up another space, it's vacant, so it's not being used. So it's 0 and 1. Right? Used by staff, 0 and 1. 0 means that space, you pick it up, it's not being used. And you pick up this space, it was used, occupied, it's not vacant, it's not available, so it's used, that is 1. So you just pick up, you can check all the values of parking space. Some are used, that is 1 by step. Some not used, that no step is using it. That's how you specify the multiplicity. It's very confusing. I just want to warn you. The multiplicity is very confusing. We are pick up this step and then uses 0 or 1 parking. Pick up step using 0 or 1 parking space. That is you noted here. You pick up its parking space, it may be used by either 0 step or 1 step. 0 step or 1 step. How about this? The parking lot provides certain number of parking space, right? So again, we want to copy the text box here, right? And then we draw here, and then you can right click and say format shape, and then you say hopefully this is format shape again. Click format shape and no line. Okay, no line is fine, but I want to right click and say what, send to back, so that it won't overwrite or block the entity rectangle. So parking slot provides at least 1. Normally is more, right? Normally is more. So at least 1. You cannot have a parking lot no space. It doesn't make sense, or many space. So it's 1 or many. And then each parking space, you pick up a parking space, it must be provided by a unique parking lot. You cannot have parking space physically provided by 2 parking lots. We are in a 3-dimensional world. It won't happen, right? So this parking space, it belongs to what? 1 parking lot. So, right. So that is what. just try to understand the mean, so that later on you can create your own. So if you it must be one. A parking space must be provided by a parking lot. A parking lot, pick a parking lot. A can provide many parking space. Each parking space provided by a parking lot, one and only one. So that makes sense. All right. So that is my answer. If you have any question, you can let me know. I can call you or you can call me back. So I'm going to stop here. All right. I'm going to stop here. Thank you. And I'm going to assign another homework, and you will try to do it. Thank you.